Welcome back to part 3 in this Ascended Master segment videos. This part of this segment, I want to talk about, the Archangels and Ascended Masters. Should you be relying on them? Should you be, being like, oh, I need these people to, get my spiritual connection? You shouldn't be having these people, get in the way of your spiritual connection. You shouldn't be having these beings and these archangels and stuff get in the way from you actually being able to tune in and everything like that. You should be able to get in tune with your spirit and start to rely on your spirit. You shouldn't be relying on these archangels and stuff to protect you and give you certain information. You can get the information yourself. You can protect your spirit. You can do these things. A lot of people, they try to tell you, oh, you need this, you need that, but all you need is your spiritual connection and yourself in that time to be able to start to decode your reality and start to get in tune with the information that's actually going to help you raise up in your consciousness instead of lowering in consciousness and causing you to get possessed and all these different things. And if you get fearful of those things, it's natural to be fearful of being possessed by something because you don't want to be possessed by a certain angel or archangel or anything like that. If you do, if there is, archangels and stuff like that, if they're there, they're going to protect you if they need to, but in the same time, you don't need to be channeling these beings because if anything, most of the time, you're not going to be trying to do these things because it's like you don't need to be channeling these beings. It's sad to see a lot of people that start to tune into these different things. And, I'm not saying you can't tune into your spirit guides or tune into different animal totems, but, if they're saying that this is something that you should be doing all the time, this is all you should rely on, then it's like, that's not something that you should be doing all the time. Like relying on channeling in these archangels and these ascended masters, most of the time, these are wolves in sheep clothing because even, they portray demons as, these dark negative beings and stuff like that, but they can even use the light side because they can use both sides of the spectrum. These are things you gotta become aware of. It's like if one person can make one thing seem bad, you think that someone can't put on a smile and pretend that they're actually happy, but they're actually negative? These people can put on fronts and stuff like that. You can't just trust everyone that sit there and be like, oh, I'm super enlightened and blah 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 blah. I don't need anybody to take my word for what I'm saying. This is just my own first-hand experience. It's like if you start to put in the work and you start to do these things, you're gonna see how much truth is in the things that I'm saying. And it's like you'll see the truth within yourself because you'll have the first-hand experience in the first place, and you'll be like, wow, this stuff is actually really true. Why was I channeling all these archangels and these different things? It's like a lot of the stuff you don't really need in your life. A lot of these things you just need to rely on yourself really and become self-efficient within your life, because a lot of people, they become so dependent on other things to help them basically get certain energies and stuff, but you have all the tools in your belt. There's a reason why spirit God or everything left all this stuff here in the first place for us to learn about it, so that way we can learn the differences between right and wrong, and knowing to be even someone they're saying yeah, channel this archangel and stuff like that. Just because they portray how society portrays what is good and bad doesn't mean that what could be good in the eyes of society could be bad from a higher perspective. Because you could be okay, like I was saying, just because it's all light and it's shiny doesn't mean it's good. It's it could be a trap. It's if you've seen these fish in the deep sea, where it's all dark, right? And I don't know what type of fish it is, but this is a good example of it. And it's a fish way in the deep depths of this water, and it has this little light that shows off and it makes it shine, right? But then there's certain fish that get attracted to it, and next it's a predator that's luring in people. You're like, yeah, as soon as they get close, I'm gonna take a bite of that, that fish or whatever. And the same thing goes with these, light beings and stuff, and all these love light type of stuff. And as soon as you get close enough to these people, that's when they, they come in and they try to get your energy and stuff like that. And they don't just sit there and be so trustworthy. People that are oh, love, light, it's all positive. It's there's negativity in this reality. These people that sit there and say that type of shit, it's a bunch of bull crap, because if they're oh, just focus on, some of these ascended masters and these people that talk about archangel stuff, they're oh, just focus on all the positivity and it'll just transform your reality. Yes, it's good to focus on the positivity, but you can't just sit there and be what is the word of it? Ignorant of the negative things that go on in reality too, because once you become ignorant of that, you're being ignorant of yourself and the things that are truly going on. Life is supposed to be becoming balanced in between the positive and the negative, and learning to learn to be like, okay, if something negative happens to me, there's a positive for that too. And everything that happens, every time there's a positive thing that happens, there's going to be a negative thing that can come with it, basically, because everything in life, reality, has a dualistic nature. There's yin and yang in everywhere. If you start to look in your life in reality, there is, there's winter and there's summer. There's spring and there's fall. One you're supposed to be springing up, and there's another that's trying to get you to fall. Summertime is where there's a lot more energy, where there's a lot more sun. But when it's wintertime, there's going to be a lot more, darkness. But there's more of that moon energy, that lunar energy. So it's more magnetics. There's different symbology. There's life. There's death. There's male. There's female. You got to see this type of stuff and become more aware of the dualistic nature and how to be more balanced in life, because a lot of people don't really talk about that stuff and how to truly become aware of those types of things. But don't be trusting these people. You don't have to take my word for it, but if you take the time to meditate and go within, you'll realize that you never needed to channel archangels or these ascended masters and stuff like that. And with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this segment. Hope you stay tuned for more of these segments that come up. We're really, turn up on vibration and the things that we're doing, and we're gonna have a lot more products, and we're starting to, update our products and everything like that. And stay tuned for that, because we've been putting a lot of energy into it, and hopefully some of you that do actually buy the products, hopefully you do enjoy them. If you give us any feedback, we more than appreciate that, and what things that we could possibly improve on it, because we're always wanting to grow, and we're always wanting to show that we care, and that we want people to be part of something that's going to help grow and change the world at some point. And also, still shout outs to RTM and everything like that, and Astro Solston. Don't forget to check out his channel and everything like that, because a lot of great information, a lot of knowledge, and a lot of things that can help you start turning up on your spiritual path as well. But with that being said, my gratitude for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this segment on the Ascended Masters and channeling and the truth about these things, and should you really be relying on them, the truth about it all and everything. So hope you all enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the next segments, and have a good day.